The purpose of this tutorial is to show you how to make a residual plot once you have a distribution and a least squares regression line on that distribution. So as you can see right here, I have a scatter plot, and this is on the data of the percent of adult birds returning and the number of new adults in a colony. I've entered that data in L1 and L2, and I made a scatter plot and calculated the least squares linear regression line. So now we want to make a residual plot, and the way we do that is we go to lists, and we go to list 3, and for list 3 we're going to define list 3 to be the value that our least squares regression line would predict we should have. To do this is pretty easy. We just click enter, then click vars, and go to yvars, click function, and click y1. We click y1 because this is the one function where my least squares line is stored. So I click that, and it should bring us back to our list under L3 again. So now we have L3 equals L1, and we will put a parentheses and say let's calculate the value of L1 according to our least squares line. So I'm going to do second one to get L1 and a parentheses. And again, what this is doing is storing in list 3 the value the least squares would predict for each variable. Then I hit enter, and then you can see for the value of the actual number 5 and the predicted number was 9.43. The actual number 6 and the predicted number 11.86, and so on. So then we go to list 4, and in list 4 we hit enter, and we are going to find the difference, or the residual, the difference between the observed value and the predicted value. So for this, that is L2, or observed value, minus L3, or the predicted value. So it should look like L4 equals L2. So second 1 minus second 2, so L1 minus L2 minus L1. And I hit enter, and it calculates each residual for me. Then I go over to graph. Oh, wait, I mean second Y, or stat plot. I will then turn off plot 1 because plot 1 is the one that plots the least squares line. So then instead we'll go up to plot 2 after turning it off, and in plot 2 I'm going to plot L1, our explanatory variable, versus our L4. L4 is the residual, or the difference between the observed and predicted. So L2 minus L3. So I will turn it on and hit enter. Then go to y equals and up to plot 2 and turn off that equation by pressing enter on the equal sign, since we no longer want to plot the linear regression line anymore. So you just go to the equal sign and turn it off like this. And then click graph and go to zoom 9 for statistics, and now you can see the residual plot. The x-axis of the residual plot you can think of it as like a reference line, and the points above the x-axis are positive residuals and the points below it are negative residuals. And those are the actual data points. So that means the axis, or our reference point, was a little bit too small for this one, a lot smaller for this one, and too big for this one, meaning the data point below is quite a bit less than what we would have predicted based on the reference line. The reference line here is what our prediction would be, but we can see that the data is sort of scattered with some above and some below. And plot. So that is how you make a residual plot.